So like Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. What did you
Yeah,
think? What did you think, man? This is another one of these
it was
stories since 2000, 2020, I believe. Well, our
yeah.
first WrestleMania, cause
You knew it was
cause
gonna. You knew it was gonna happen. As soon as Rhea Ripley won the Rumble, she gets a choice. There's no doubt in my mind where she was going,
yep.
and she chose Charlotte. So we got Charlotte and Rhea at Mania. So this has been a technically 2 months, 2.5 months. Well, no, not 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 months. Uh, Storyline, at least where they are at the current time. But yes, this has been going on for since Mania 37, which Rhea Ripley challenged Charlotte when she was NXT champion, and Charlotte was the women's champion.
I just
And
remember I bitched about like how
loud.
wrestlers take outfits
Oh,
from whatever
yeah,
cartoons and stuff in that
yeah.
match in 20.
Rhea was all white, wasn't she?
No, she was Dragon Ball Z. She was Vegeta. And
Okay.
that was I think that was
Yeah.
her
Okay.
inspiration. But anyway,
Okay.
that was the show stealer for me in WrestleMania 2020, which was
That's,
what 37.
yeah.
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 That like outside of the screaming of Rhea Ripley, which seemed ridiculous. It just seemed like a lot. I'm sure this is how they're taught in the performance center. Outside of that, and granted we didn't have an audience, so it really stood out. Other than that, that match to me was badass. And I think that match is still better than the one they had here. However, this story has been building on and off since then for me. So when I speak about stories, here we are. It was definitely personal for me. I was waiting to see if Rhea's actually gonna pull this one, and she did. And I mean, just overall, their match wasn't. It was good.
I
Um,
thought.
talk to me.
So I thought it was very good.
Yes. Um, but just to me, story. Like if the stories to me, if it matters, I don't. The match doesn't have, like the match can be whatever, you know, generally. So I was excited to see this match, and I think Charlotte just handles herself with sincerity, unlike anyone else. And I think Rhea Ripley is not quite there with the sincerity, but she's definitely grown into her character, you know.
Now, yeah, for sure.
And
I mean, I
so
think she's there now with
you,
sincerity.
I think with the mommy angle, she's gotten much closer.
Like with
It's
yeah, ever since she's been with Judgment Day, like it's
yes, it
even then, like she's gotten so much better since she's joined them. Like she's just continuing to, but she's got that confidence, you know.
there's something missing there, sincerity for me. I feel like sometimes like these facial expressions and stuff like that, it's kind of weird to me sometimes. Like it feels like she's trying hard, but it's like once again these are very like it's very nitpicky.
Right.
But
Well,
then
that
but then you put her next to Charlotte, and Charlotte just walks and behaves and acts so believably as just like I'm the best.
right,
That
which she's had to do something new, and that's embrace being a face, which is very hard for her to do because so many people hate her and boo her. But yeah,
well, whether you boo Charlotte or you cheer Charlotte, she's got you going. you know.
yeah, that's
A-
true.
And but she handles, dude. Like even when she walks out, look at her
Oh yeah,
face. Do you
oh yeah,
for a second not fucking believe that she's the queen?
exactly, exactly. She doesn't come out smiling, laughing, like
She's the queen.
it's yeah.
I
She
mean,
doesn't. She
wow.
demands your. She demands your attention. She demands your respect.
Yep.
demands any reaction from you, and
Yeah,
she doesn't have to say anything.
absolutely. And so
Yeah.
to me, this is 3 years in the making. Rhea Ripley is at her height. Like I've always loved Rhea Ripley. I think she's getting into her own so well right now, and congratulations to her for winning this match.
Oh yeah,
I This is what I wanted to see in the beginning. Um,
yeah.
but this is exactly what you were talking about between Cena and Theory. Like this is she went to WrestleMania. She gave Charlotte a one hell of a fight, but Charlotte won. Okay, and now 3 years later, Rhea has earned that not only the respect to go up against Charlotte, but she has earned the right to go up against Charlotte again.
And
And
she's in the right to win it.
yes, and then I mean that's built this whole thing up. And granted, Cena is not going to be able to do that. He's not gonna. There's not going to be like not even a year, So it makes sense. But this is it may be a little extended, but this is sort of what you were looking for, Cena in theory. Yes. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, no, I mean not me personally, really.
Okay. Okay. So it's just basically what I'm talking about is a story where the you have somebody Charlotte at that point wasn't an underdog, and she
Right,
came in against Rhea Ripley to take her belt,
right.
and she did.
This was very much like even heel. Like there was no underdog. I mean, I guess technically
Yes.
Rhea was because she lost last time, but
Yes.
she's completely changed. Like you set Mania 37 Rhea Ripley next to Mania 39, and they were just completely different people. Looks, um, character, just the way like charisma, all that is just completely on a whole different level. And just Rhea's just like slowly and like she's finally gotten it from the fans as well. Like she's got people interested in her story, and whether that's because of Judgment Day or not, I mean, it's definitely helped. Dominic or not, it's definitely helped as well. Um, I do, I do think her on her own is another whole other different character than with Dominic next to her. Um, I think like when you get Dominic with her, then she's just a little bit more. She kind of matches the hokiness with Dominic as well. But when she's on her own, like she is legit just badass and just like serious and just like no smiles, no jokes. Here it is, and I really like that. So
I feel like it's confidence, really. For like Rhea Ripley has had confidence in the ring.
she went
It's out.
she went she went from number one in the Rumble to winning it, and
Yeah.
like that's just pure domination.
Yeah. That's.
And
I mean, what I meant, what I'm trying to explain here is that you had uh, it's Rhea Ripley against Charlotte in the beginning, you
yep,
know, and uh, you wanted, I wanted, so for me, I wanted Rhea Ripley to actually beat Charlotte because that would have been a huge thing for Charlotte, you know. However, the way they did it is kind of like how I feel you wanted Austin Theory and Cena to be done, which is she got beat by, I would say Charlotte is the Cena, if not better, of the
right,
women's division, right?
right, yep,
And Austin Theory is just coming up. He's still coming up, even though he's a United States champion. He's still coming up. And granted, this was 3 years in the making, but even if it was next day Raw, if Cena won and then Austin Theory came back and won the championship the next day, or maybe the next pay per view, that would have been a lot more organic as far as building up confidence in Theory, as far as building up Theory as a character. What
yeah,
has happened here? It's taken 3 years, but a similar thing has happened here, where Charlotte where Rhea is definitely she's earned all of that. You know, she's
Yep.
gotten to this
Yep.
point,
Yep.
but now she beats the queen. Now she beats the queen, and she now that match means so much more. You know, so even if Austin Theory wrestled Cena the next day and beat Cena, since he lost to Cena at WrestleMania, that would mean a little bit more. You know, like he's got some he doesn't quit. He's got some resolve.
Right. Yep.
He and then but not just that. And it's like, oh, he can actually stand toe to toe with somebody great, because you expect
Yep.
Cena to win because Cena's great. You know?
Pretty much just keeping their word, really,
Yeah.
because that's what that was the whole thing with Cena in theory was like like with Cena rejecting his match proposal and
Yeah.
said no at first, and theory's like, oh, I thought Cena don't quit, blah
Yeah.
blah, and you know. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think that this definitely helped having Mania 37 as a foundation
Oh,
point.
absolutely.
It was something that they could go back and talk about, or they never did show replays of that match during their the build up of this, which I just kind of noticed now because I I completely forgot what Rhea looked like. I don't know if they're just I don't know why they wouldn't have done that, but anyway,
Well, here's the
um,
thing, man. It's not everybody uh is gonna like this match. You know, it's like for me personally, the storyline was very like I was involved since day one. Since their first match, it technically wasn't day one, but since their first match of WrestleMania 37, like to me, that was the best match of the night, which in turn made me pay attention to this and made me want to see it again to see if they can top that. I'm not sure if
mhm.
they topped that, but they didn't need to, at least not for me, because it had so much weight. The story itself
Yeah,
had so much weight, and it was 3 years in the making, really. And you put Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte is gonna make you look good.
yeah.
So
So now, so with Rhea becoming the champion now, I'm really interested in or curious, I should say, of what's next for Rhea.
well, so factions in WWE went from jokes,
Right. Yeah.
like almost
Yeah.
comical, to now having weight, because it makes sense if you have
Yeah.
numbers and you cheat, like it makes sense. And so Judgment Day getting some championships under their belt, no pun intended, um, is definitely going to give them some gravitas, because they kind of started out a little bit comically, you know. Because to me they were
Yep.
comical, especially when they turned on Edge. I don't for some
Yeah. No,
reason.
it's been very. I mean, yeah, it's been very comically.
Yeah,
You know, like it's really refreshing to see like Rhea Ripley as like a freaking just super serious.
badass.
Um, Seeing Finn Balor on the promo the Monday night before Mania, his promo where he was just serious, and even the match that we'll get to at some point, um,
Yep.
it was just very. It was different than his ha 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 jokey jokey
Yeah.
funny business, like just trying to be annoying humor.
Yeah.
Um, Even with Dominic, he slowly it turned into like just he starts getting mad, and when he gets mad, he starts speaking Spanish, and you're like, but it's like when he does that, it's authentic, and it's just more weight behind what he's saying. Um,
Absolutely.
and Priest, same thing. Priest has been legit. I've enjoyed him a lot more with the Judgment Day. Um,
And I think Judgment Day gave Rhea Ripley kind of an avenue to be more of that goth self that she
yeah,
seems to gravitate towards.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't even know what it's called. I just call it goth. I don't know what it's called, but it's just the dark makeup, the demeanor.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So
mean, this is her brutality, man. Like, that's where her song starts off with.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
just
I
my
don't really care about that
brutality.
song. No
Yeah, but
offense.
it doesn't matter. But the brutality, like that, the song has to do with the character. You don't want that song to be played and then she comes out with a smile on, jumping around. Like, no, it's a heavy song,
What if she
like
did? But well, think.
badass.
Okay, now you're putting ideas in my head, bro. Because now I'm thinking, I'm like, what if she has that song and shows up like Bailey, like what Bailey did in the beginning, just all
Yeah,
shy, hugs, high fives.
that would be horrible with that
Do you
song.
think that would be horrible? You think that that would just be like that kind of sort of juxtaposition of putting Strowman and Ricochet together?
That'd be that's no.
No. Okay.
The song has everything to do with the person.
Well, I mean, okay. I see. That's the thing. Like, I never listen to lyrics and songs because
Because like
I
when
don't want to.
Sammy was a heel,
Yeah.
he, his music changed a little bit, and
Yeah.
now it's back to the old his old music because now he's a face again. They did it with Shinsuke,
Yeah.
same thing. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just I mean, as far as like the same song, but just tweaked it up because it's different. You know, Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, same song lyrics, but they're different characters, so the music is different.
Mm,
And it's just
okay.
you're
I
not
I
gonna have.
understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. This
But
wouldn't
like
work for everybody, obviously.
now, like Raquel Rodriguez, she needs different music. She needs to get rid of that freaking smile and happiness and be a dominating force.
Mm, we'll get there.
Hopefully that happens this
We'll
month.
get there. We'll get
Hopefully that
there.
happens this. Hopefully that happens this Monday. But anyway,
TPs.
Rhea Ripley, Charlotte. I mean, I think this is a no doubter.
A 5.
10 out of 10. Um, yeah,
A 5 for both of us.
great match. I mean,
But the story, I mean, if you have a
and the
story, the
women,
match, you can fuck up in the match
she,
and it'll
she
still be
won
fine.
clean. There was no interferences. She won clean,
Yeah.
and
She needed to win clean. She
um,
needed to win clean.
now Charlotte Flair can take her time away from the company and what she's planning to do, and that's not why Rhea Ripley won.
No.
But that's just yeah. So Charlotte's gonna be gone.
I mean, there's only one thing that I do remember from the match that really hurt was seeing Charlotte land on her face
Oh yeah,
on the suplex, on the German suplex,
yeah.
because she flipped her.
It was like a reverse. It was like a belly to back suplex, and she was supposed to land front side down,
Yeah,
but her legs just didn't come down fast enough or whatever. Yeah, she landed right on her face,
that was
her
scary,
forehead.
bro.
If it was a split second, like sooner,
Yeah,
she would have snapped her neck.
that was scary. But
Yeah.
she lived. It was fine. I'm grateful. I do have one question. Something is off about Charlotte's face.
She's got an ugly face, man.
This is okay.
It's not her fault. It's just
This is not a judgment on her face, but something was wrong with her like upper mouth.
oh,
Something not wrong. Okay, this is really bad. Okay, we don't mean to. We're not trying to demean
just say
anybody.
beautiful people. Even beautiful people make ugly criers. Okay, that's how I feel about Charlotte.
Oh,
A lot of her facial expressions are just, oh man, like scary.
okay, okay.
That's
Well,
just
okay. I wonder if
you.
something. Did she have surgery or something? I don't know. But either way, hey, Charlotte, she conducts herself like a queen. She's
Yeah,
sincere. She is to me. She's number one. Now Ramen is right there with her. Cody's close, but I tell you what, man, she is. She just so
yeah. I mean, yeah,
sincere.
she's definitely the top of the crop.
Yes,
Oh
and
yeah,
she always has good matches, man.
yep,
So
yep.
that
Except
this was
like unless it involves Ronda Rousey,
well.
and yeah, I mean, everything she touches is gold.
I think Ronda is just she might not be in the. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Because I think Ronda was badass MMA chick, man. She MMA fighter. So
Well, whatever.
it's you don't you disagree?
I don't know. I didn't really.
I keep talking like some of these are gonna come bite me in the ass later, you know. Like
Oh,
if we ever meet Ronda, I hope you're there, bro, because this is not gonna be a good night for me. So I don't want to talk. No, no, I it just
that'd
the
be great.
wrestling might not be quite for Ronda in that
You know,
sense.
you know how much public eyes we would get if that happened?
Yeah, but dude, I don't want to get beat up.
I mean, it's just a
You're
one
like,
time only.
it's all right, just a flesh wound.
One time only. It'd be well worth it. She's not
Well,
gonna break your arm. Well, I mean, she might. But
like here's the deal. I'd rather like be face to face with ramen, and then that's saying much, than I would with uh, um, any MMA chick, MMA dude, and everything in between. Um, I've wrestled in high school, but I'm not sure. That might keep me out of some things, but
that
give me a
extra
fucking
level
break.
of realness.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah, I might do a guard or something. I might pull a guard, and then it's like whoa, and then I'm done. Probably not even that. Maybe I'm just giving myself way too much credit.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah,
So we got 10 toilet paper rolls for this match.
yeah.
And if you notice at this point for me, it's not about the match athletics and all that, which they were great in this match. Once again, it's just if it's personal, if I care about the story, then I want to see this match. And so this was a great finish, great buttoning up
Yeah.
the story from 3 years ago. And
This is wrestling entertainment.
that's right. And it's where I wanted to see Rhea in the first place 3 years ago. So
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't. She wasn't ready.
well, she's definitely ready now.
Oh yeah, she's got it now. And now
I
it's
thought
up
she was
to
ready then, but I
now it's up to the next, the
okay.
next, the
So
next
I
person
I
that
hope it's
Rhea
Bailey
fears with, and
or
yeah.
Becky, Bailey or Becky.
Well, she's gonna be on SmackDown,
So it's EST.
so she's on Raw.
I'm sorry, cheese.
Asuka's on Raw.
Oscar's on Raw. That's right.
Becky is.
I think Becky and Bailey are on SmackDown. They're both on Raw. Either way,
I don't know, but we also got the draft coming up at some point soon, so
this
I might.
conversation may may not have relevance. Okay, all right. So 10 toilet paper rolls, highly recommended. So we got 10 toilet paper roll WrestleMania matches.
Yeah, so
And by
far.
the way, this is the first time we've done reviews of matches of WWE matches since last WrestleMania.
Really?
So it's been a year.
Okay.
Anyway, 10 toilet paper rolls. That's two matches in a row for us. This is definitely a very, very watchable WrestleMania, especially if you're in with the stories.